Hi guys, welcome to this very special Zenler's Got You Covered. Now, there was a few teaser posts went out this week about how you can use Zenler to split test. So what is split testing, or A/B testing, or bucket testing? Same thing, it's the same thing. A, B, C, D, E, etc. Split testing. All it means is giving someone two versions or more, not the same person, but if you've got 10 people, say 5 get that email, 5 get that email, and you look and you see where you're getting more click-throughs, more opens, and these kind of things. So it's a way of analysing how your traffic or your trend is looking, how people are responding better to that format, this format, the way you've used text. You know, it can be used in so many different ways. So this is pretty common. People don't generally split test every single week. Okay, guys, just get it right. You're doing this just because you're trying to find if your audience is reacting better to this or that, you know, and once you find it, you can roll with that for a few months, and then of course you can run a new split test because things change. But it is all about the split testing, and this is something that's come up all the time, and it's I mean, I put this teaser post out. I'm surprised that it's not full and people are viewing this now, because everyone's asking the question, and when I do a video about it, no one's here. It's kind of like a bit frustrating, but I'm hoping people will see it on the replay, react to it, and maybe implement some of the methods that I'm showing today. So I'm going to show you today in the pre-recorded video how to split test to an email. So if you're doing an email broadcast, I'm going to show you how you can split test two different mails. Now, by default, Zenler hasn't got split testing built into it yet. Okay, and I say yet because it is something I know Rakesh has spoken about, doing split testing. But the process that we're using is the same. Yeah, okay. We set up our two lists separately, you know, and we filter it separately for what we're doing, but we still got to set up two different mails. Now, I make it really easy in this video because I do a mail and then I clone a mail and I change the colors, but of course the text could change inside of it and all of this stuff. So once you see that, you'll understand what we're getting at. And then I want to move on. I want to expand it further. So I want to show you about split testing in marketing funnels, okay? And just to bandy some ideas around that you might not have thought of doing. And then I want to show you also how to split test your sales pages. And you'll be like, you can't split test your sales pages because, as you guys know, you can only have one sales page in a course. But that's not really true, is it? Yeah, remember, you have the ability to create pages inside your site. Okay, so we can split test to as many pages as we like. Now, what I'm showing is emails, I'm showing marketing funnels, and I'm showing courses, but the same thing can apply to any other media that you're creating in there, even a home page. Okay, so although you have two options, logged in, logged out, you can send people to an alternative homepage if you wanted to see what's happening with that page. You might be using that page for SEO purposes. And now, if we're getting onto the subject of split testing, we're also getting onto the subject of how is it being shown in search engine results and how is the traffic coming through. So, for instance, you'll have a default homepage, which is part of the site, and you submitted that to Google Search Console, hopefully. But what's stopping you from creating 5 to 10 different versions of your homepage and still submitted it to search engines and seeing which page has the most traction? Okay, so what page is coming through, and you'll be like, how do I know which page? Because if you go into Google Analytics or to the Search Console, you can find out the traffic coming through that page. All right, you could also go a stage further and you could use something like Hotjar to create heat maps, and heat maps are little recordings of actual journeys through pages from people that are coming in. So you could take this a stage further. So when we talk about split testing as being self-contained, No, it's really part of a bigger picture. And if you want to get really involved with the bigger side of things, that's what you're doing. Whenever you create a new hook or landing page, that's a page that's self-contained, that hooks people into your main site. You're creating your own kind of split test page in a way, because you have freedom. It's not tied to the site, so you design wise you can do what you like, and as long as they come through to the page and buy into your product, then that's what you're after. So split testing covers a little bit more. There's quite a lot of overlaps when you talk about the word split testing or bucket testing. So let's jump straight into it now, and you'll see the recording, and then we're going to extend on this afterwards once you've got it. Guys, I move fairly quickly here. You have got the recording in Facebook. This stuff, we will be doing a blog post on all of the videos we did for Zenler's Got You Covered month, which is covering a lot of different stuff. They're also going to go on our YouTube channel as well. But if you want to catch up now, you can just catch up on the replay. So if you do catch up on the replay, put hashtag replay and tell us what you think. And if you think, oh, that's a good idea, I'll try that. Watch the video and understand now how you can split test using Zenler. Welcome to another Zenler's Got You Covered. So in this little workshop, what we're going to be looking at is split testing using Zenler. Now this is a little hack, okay? By default, Zenler doesn't have split testing capabilities, but it's very easy for you to split test to your users if you want to. And I'm going to show you exactly how you can do it. Now, we're not saying that split testing is not coming along, because it probably is. As soon as the page builder and community come in, but I want to show you just how you can do it now, because a lot of questions like, oh, it doesn't do it, it doesn't do it. And it does, but you just need to think about how you're doing it. So what is split testing? Split testing, or AB or ABC or ABD, ABCD testing, is a way that you can design 2 different or 3 or 4 different designs, and you can send that to different users to see which is getting a better open rate, especially used in emails, but also used in pages as well, such as landing pages. So you might have a landing page that's a blue color and another landing page that's a red color, and you want to see how much traffic is being generated by each of those pages. This is a split test, and the same applies for emails. So if you've got an email going out, you've done one in a bluish color, one in a reddish color, and you want to see how many opens or many people actually interact with that email by the way it's designed, then that's a split test. Okay, so when we're thinking about this, we just need to break it down, split it up as it were, into how you would do this. Well, you have X amount of users, and if you're doing the simplest type of split test, which is just an A/B test, then you'll want to take 50% of those users and 50% of the rest of the users, and you'll want to break them up and send emails to one or the other. So it requires you setting up 2 different emails. With any split test, you've got to set up 2 designs, so it's literally doubling your work anyway. But you want to be able to send it to a specific batch and then to another batch. So how would you do this in Zenler? Well, the simplest way you could do it is to actually tag half of your users with one tag and half of your users with another. And when you send the email out, you send it to those tagged people. When you send the other email out, you send it to theirs. How can we make this even simpler and maybe use email lists for this functionality? Well, we could do that by setting up a new email list inside Zenler and assigning certain people to it, and you could maintain that list of users. So if you had 100 in one list and you had 98 in the others, when a new user came in, you could assign them to the 98, so it became 99, and you could maintain it that way, and that way you could always send out split tests to both and see which one's working. Split testing is good, but split testing isn't supposed to be done all the time. It's supposed to be done because you're assessing which is working better, and that's the one that you want to send all of the people into the next time you run that campaign. So it's a way of monitoring. People get carried away. I'm going to split test on every single session. Are you even looking at the content? Why are you doing that? You know, it's all about data and monitoring what people will click on, and then saying, right, okay, well, they seem to be responding much better to the blue version, so I'm going to send the blue version out. Next month I'll do another split test, but I'll actually use like blue and maybe an orange and see if that's going to get me a better result. So you're always monitoring and then adjusting, but your overall goal is to send one email out that's going to have the highest open rate and obviously the highest engagement, and that's what you're working towards with split testing of, in this case, emails. So we're going to go into our share, and I'm quickly going to jump into email broadcast and go to email list, and I'm going to create a new list in here. I'm going to call this a split, okay, and I'm going to create another one which is, funny enough, B split. So I'm going to create that as a split. That's going to go in there. I'm going to go back to email lists, and I'm going to create a new list, and I'm going to call this B split. Okay, so I'm just labeling the first part of this. Now I've got to get my users in there. So guys, this is going to be interesting because it depends on how many people you've got in. If you've got thousands, it can take you a long time to set up. If it's 1,000 users, it will probably take 15 minutes or something like that. So what I want to do now I've got my B and my A split test, is I want to go across to all contacts, and inside here you can see I've got 10 contacts in here. So some of it's going to take a while if you've got thousands, but you need to basically break it down into half. So I'm going to take half of these users and I'm going to go add to email list, and I'm going to put them into split A. So I'm going to click add, okay, and you also might want to tag them at the same time. So we're not going to do it in this stage. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to unselect these ones in here, and I'm going to add these to split tests 2. So I'm going to go add to email list split 2. Okay, so now if we go back to our email list, we're going to have 5 here and 5 here. So these are my split tests for this email. So now I'm going to go into email broadcast, and I'm going to set a new one up. So let me just design, this is not about designing an email. So you're going to see, I'm going to speed through this now. You're going to see a speed loop of what I'm doing to create the new email broadcast, okay? Okay guys, so you can see there I created this email here, and it's mainly blue, and this is for split A. So if I go in and edit this, I'm just going to slow this down for you. You can see under email list, instead of all contacts, I have picked the split A. So I've already split them. I know 5's in there, I've split them. Okay, so let's now jump back to the email broadcasts, and I'm going to now just clone this. So I'm cloning this, and we're going to call this split test B. So this is going to go to our B users, and we're going to call this, and we're going to go clone. That's going to take us into here, and this time we're going to turn that off and go to split B, and then we're going to go next, and inside here I'm going to change this theme to more of a kind of this color. Ooh, maybe a bit darker than that, something like that, and that will give us a good difference between the two email types that we've got. Let's put B in there. Okay, and this is group B. Let's put in here green. Okay, and click next. Save that as a draft. Okay, so that's what we have. So now we have these two split across here, A and B. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to check my email list. I just want to make sure that I haven't got any. Got Mammy's in one of them. Oh, she'll get it, so she won't know what's going on. Doesn't matter. I will send it anyway. So I'm going to go to email broadcast, and I'm going to go into this one, and then we're going to look in my inbox, and you're going to see that we'll have gone to different users. So let's go across to here. Let's go through here to next, and let's just send now. I'm going to click send now. And now that's gone, and I'm going to go back to my email broadcast. This one's processing. I'm going to go into this one, and we're going to send this one now. So I'm going to go next, and I'm going to go next, and I'm going to send this one now. So let's click send now. So I've got 2 emails now gone out. Okay, so if I go into here, you can see they've been delivered, 5 and 5. So let's see what happens when I go into my inbox now. So what you're going to see in my inbox, because they all go to me, is 4 have gone to group B, and the 5th one is Mammy, so it hasn't arrived at me, and the blue has gone to me 5 again. So if I go into the blue one now, and we open this email up, and I just click one of the buttons, or which doesn't really work, and I've opened this email up here, then we're going to notice that we're going to see some things changing within here. I just want to show you the green one as well. So if I open 1 and 1, you're going to see that it will show that people have opened it, and it's working across here. So if I refresh this now, then it takes a little bit of time, but that should then update. So you can see I've got opened 4, opened 5, because I opened up this email and it contains all of the other emails. Do you see in here? So that's why it's showing 4 and 5, and then the blue one, you can see that I had it sent to 5. So now you can clearly see which one is getting more traction inside here with this split testing using an email group. So the thing that takes the longest time with split testing is going to be to get your users and break them up into 50%, 50%, and then you can create a campaign. You can then clone it, maybe change some of the colors or some of the text if you want to, or completely redesign. It's really up to you, and then you can see the engagement you get with those type of emails, and then hopefully that'll be clear. So that's how you can manually do this stuff in Zenler. This again is what I love about Zenler, the versatility, the way that you can use the system. And literally I've created there a split test using Zenler, although Zenler say it hasn't got split test capabilities. Yes, it has, but you just need to just know the system and know how to break people into the different email lists so that you can send it directly out to them, as I just proved to you there. Okay, so hopefully you'll realize that Zenler has got you covered, even when it comes to split testing, which isn't actually a feature of Zenler, but I've just shown you that you can make it a feature if you want. So guys, there you go. See how easy that was. So the hardest thing about the split testing process is setting up that email list so that you've got 50% of your users. If you've got massive thousands, then it's going to be a big job. But remember this, that once you've done it, you've done it. Okay, now also think about setting up split testing A, B, C, D. And the reason I say that you might want to do that is because then you can play around with swapping around. So say for instance you want to do your next split test, you could split test to A and D, and on split test B you could do to B to C, and then the next time you run it you could do B to A, or C to D. So you will give you a more variety in there. Now you can of course take people out, swap them in, but if you've got this already set up, when you get new users coming there, you can just filter. So you can filter user tag does not contain, tag does not contain split B, split A, and then it will filter all the people, the new people you got in, and then you can manually click those and add them to whichever split test group you want. So this can give you a way of doing it. We know that if you're using something that's already got split testing built into it, generally it randomizes the order. So that's the only thing about this where it's not as random unless you manually do it. So when the split, but the process is exactly the same. When split testing does come along, you're going to be basing it on templates that you build. You're still going to have to put that work on. It's not a magic solution that's going to create two different versions of a mail. You still got to spend the time doing it, and that is the time side of it. Like I said, unless you've got thousands of people, and then you need to set it up. But you can still split test. You can split test to 100 of those people to see if it's a different reaction to the main group that you've got. So do you see how that works? So really easy, and you can split test inside Zenler. I've just proved it. But I want to move on from that, and I want to explain a little bit more that it's not just about split testing for emails. If you're running you're trying to get people into a new funnel that you've created, and you're producing socials and sending people to that funnel, and you want to split test using funnels. I'm going to show you how to do that, and it's pretty much the same. Now remember, all of these things I'm showing you, you could also email out to your user using split testing as well. You just put the correct link in for a funnel or a page or course sales page. Okay, so the process is the same. I don't have to repeat that part. So what I'm getting onto now is social, shouting about your socials. So shouting about your new lead magnet or video series funnel, shouting about a new course that you've got coming out. This is where you'll create, I hope, you'll create more than one social for what you're doing. If you've got a course come out, you might be creating 40 or 50 different socials that are going out. So 25 of those socials could go out to one page, and 25 of the rest of them could go out to the other page. So you are split testing inside of your socials when you're sending them out. You're getting the audience come in and you see which ones are more popular. So, and funnels is really good because I've got conversion rates in there as well, so you can see exactly how many people hit your page. So let me go to a share and show you a funnel system. So this is a simple split test funnel system. Right, if it wasn't split tested, this B here would disappear, it wouldn't be here. So let's have a look at this page. I haven't done a lot, just changed the colors for clarity here. Okay, but this makes a big difference. Even colors make a big difference to people's reactions on a page. So you're going to see this one is in orange, okay? And you're going to see that this one here is in blue, but of course you could add different content, different whatever you like. So now I just want to show you the setup inside here. So I'm going to go into the edit for split A. We don't have to worry about the rest of the pages, the thank you pages and the offer page. We don't have to worry about those. I'm just talking about split testing now. So let's let this page load, and I'll show you what I've done for the submit button, because it's really, really important that you that you're able to tag, so you can tag people coming in. It will save you a lot of trouble later. So this page here, all we're going to do is on split test A is we're going to go into the submit gear icon button, and you're going to look over here on the right hand side, and you're going to see that I've got a tag. I've got one. This is GYC. This is the name of the funnel. Okay, Zenler's got you covered, GYC. And then you're going to notice afterwards I've added another test. This is split A. Okay, so that is the difference. And the post URL link is there. It doesn't go to the next step, by the way. It goes straight to the thank you page, which is this page. This page, thank you. Okay, so you captured their details. That's the link. I just copy that link and I drop it in here. Okay, so I haven't done next step. That's the only difference. So I've set this page up and then I've cloned it. I just cloned it. It took me 3 seconds to do this. So let me just close this page and let me show you the other page. So let's go into split test B page, the split B page for this marketing funnel. Okay, once that loads, give it a second. And guys, whilst I'm doing this screen sharing, I can't look at any chat going on in the Facebook group or on the YouTube channel. I'm keeping an eye out on YouTube because I've got it as a pop-up box on my other screen. But let's have a look at split B test. So let's click this little button again and hit the gear icon. And I think a lot of you might already know we've put GYC, same, just the funnel, and then we put split B. So now once those leads come in, if I go into people, I can filter on GYC. That'll give me everybody, and then inside there I can see the tags for split A or split B, and I can filter on those as well to see what's going on. Now inside the funnel steps themselves, and this is what I love about funnels, again this goes to the thank you page. Again, in funnels you can see this conversion rate and you can see the amount of visitors going through these pages as well. So this gives you a real quick picture of what's going on and whether that's been successful. Again, another version of how you can do split testings, but this time with funnels. Let's move on and let's show you courses now. So let's go to a course that we've got in here, and we're going to choose this lovely course here. This is the Zenler gym training membership for you guys that want to take it. All right, it's not a real course. Let's go to the page and have a look at the sales page. So when you're releasing a new course or a new membership, you'll be promoting a page, a sales page, okay? And you will be looking at like, oh well, my sales page is in my course. And you'll think, I can't add any extra sales pages in here to split test. What am I going to do? I really love to split test and I can't add any more pages. Don't worry about it. So I'm going to show you the proper sales page as part of this funnel sequence, and then I'm going to show you the other sales page that also ties in to this sequence, but it's not part of this course. It's a solo page. So let's just preview it and you'll see I've done some jazzy things in here. I'm not talking about that. I've got this going through straight to the session. So you can see in here I've got my lovely page. It's all set up. It's Zenler Health and Fitness, because we also do yoga, by the way, if you didn't know, and Ariel runs that. Again, we don't do that. All right, we don't do that. I'm just messing around. So inside here, if you click this, it will go straight through to our checkout page, and you'll notice that it goes through to the correct pricing plan. If I go back and you click Monday's session, for instance, you're going to go through, and again, it's the correct pricing plan. Okay. Down here we have these options in here, popular, and again these do exactly the same. So you've got the pricing up here as well. So if we go to all areas, that's going to go into here. So this is our sales page. So all pretty clear, all pretty clean. Okay, so how do we split test this? Because I've only got one page. So that's what I'm about to show you now. So this is self-contained as a course. This has got all the pricing plans in it. This is beautiful. I can start to promote this sales page and get people to take my gym training membership that is Zenler. So let's have a look at the other page. Let's go to site. Okay, and I'm just going to close this funnel down. Don't need to see that. Don't need to see that. This is for clarity. So I'm going to site, I'm going to pages. Look at this Zenler gym training page. Interesting. So let's click this, hit the eye icon. Completely different looking page, but these buttons go to the checkout page, to the correct pricing plan. Let's click it, and there you go. So we created a split B test on this page. Again, Monday, back to here. So this means that I can promote this URL here, and I can promote the course URL as well. I'm split testing this page. Now, when I was talking about it earlier, so that's that. I've done courses, I've done funnels, I've done emails. So when I was talking earlier about homepage, again, you can do the same thing. You know you've got your homepage in here, but if you go to pages, you could set up another. You could just clone the homepage here. You could clone it, you could change it up a lot, and then you can submit it to the search engine, and you can see which one starts to get more traffic. And if your alternative pages, one of them, makes more traffic, switch it to the home page, because you're testing it. Keep an eye on those pages, because they'll still be on the search engines. If another page gets more traffic than the page you switched for, switch it. Simple. Split testing. Okay, now I was talking to you earlier about using things like Hotjar and for heat mapping. So if you go into Google, you can put heat maps into your site. If you go to Google, I'm going to share it now. Go into here, you've got Hotjar, and this will give you some code that you can put in your site, and you can track where people are going through pages, and you can put that into the pages. Okay, you can put that code. I'm not about to show you now unless you guys shout about it later on the replay, but it's really easy to put those heat maps in there. They have a free plan. It is quite expensive because it records videos, but it's really quite cool. Or you can go the Google Analytics route. Okay, it's really up to you, but I'm sure you'll agree Zenler's got you covered as far as it goes with split testing. Albeit it not a feature in Zenler, just a simple figuring it out and a workaround to do it. And we will, I know Rakesh has mentioned this, I'm sure that he'll say he normally watches these recordings, and normally he'll say that it is something that's upcoming, split testing within the system to make it just that little bit easier. but you're still going to have to create that content yourself. You know, it's not going to be a magic, it does it all for you. You still need to create the content and select which emails or which pages you're going to split test on. So split testing, I don't know if any sites, tell me if I'm wrong, but I don't know of any of the leading sites that do split testing on funnels or pages by default. Maybe they do. I know they do with emails. So it is something that we're going to feature, but I've shown you there. I've shown you how to do it with home pages. I've shown you how to do it with marketing funnels. I've shown you how to do it with cool sales pages. I've shown you how to do it with email broadcasts. You could even do the same thing with lives. You know, you could set up a live page, the first initial registration page, and you could do the same. You could set a different page up. You could then have a redirect going to the registration page. So that's how you could do it for the lives. So you can do split testing on every single part of your site. Okay, just requires that setup of setting up the groups so that you can email to those groups and not to the whole group. Okay, and that's split testing for you. So guys, I'm going to have a quick look at the Facebook group and see if anyone has put any questions on here. Awesome. Shayla's in here. Hi Shayla. So good. Right. Yeah, so Shayla, you know, so I think you were asking about this, but split testing is really easy. You can just do this stuff yourself. And I think, you know, I've added a little bit of a bonus here because and the only reason I did the bonus about the courses, about the homepage, about the funnels, was because Kyla put in a post I put that is that for all. Initially it was, look at the title, split testing emails. Initially it was for that, and then I was like, oh yeah, she's right, I need to do it for all of them. And that's why I added all that extra stuff on so you can hear. So you want to try this stuff out, you want to put on socials and send people to different pages, and you want to see the traffic coming through on those pages, and you can see. And if you put a video on those pages as well, you can use the video analytics or metrics inside Zenler to check out the views on that video, and that can also give you an indication of where people are coming through. Make sure you got Google Analytics and the Search Console installed on your Zenler site to be able to track, or use things like Hotjar to be able to create heat maps to see people's journey through the pages. Okay, so that is it. That is it for another session. Got nobody on YouTube. I've got Shayla. Thank you, Shayla, for joining us. And hopefully that's going to help you and you can get cracking. It looks like she's gone already to get cracking on it. So cool. All right, so Saturday today, we're running another one tomorrow. For you guys that don't know what's going on with Zenler's Got You Covered, because maybe you've been working all week and then it's Saturday and you're like, what, Zenler's Got You Covered? What's going on? There's all these crazy videos going out. If you don't know anything about it, we're running for this month, Zenler has got you covered. These are short little tips. That video you saw there on split testing for emails was about 11 minutes long. None of them are running over 15 minutes currently, okay? And some of them are like 6 minutes long. These are little flybys. They go over all the main points that we're discussing, and it just tells you quickly. And if you need more information, we'll give you more information. But hopefully the videos that I'm showing you as a walkthrough will be enough for you to say, I've got it and I'm doing it. We ran yesterday advanced filtering. That is a question that comes up all the time, and it's so useful for you as a course creator. And I think split testing is another one that's really going to be quite useful for you as well, for you guys that didn't know that Zenler could do it. Okay, so if you come into events in our Facebook group, you're going to see here all the events coming up. We've got drip content tomorrow. This is quite a cool one. So again, it's a short video, but it's all about dripping your content out. So it just focuses on that area. Then on Monday, we just got a flyby of how the page builder works and how quickly you can put pages together. Like literally without touching any design, you can go and grab blocks, throw them in there, change the text, and you've got a website. I need to do that. I need to test myself against just creating a really nice website in the quickest time possible on Zenler. And I think I can create all pages. I think I can have the whole site done in probably less than 30 minutes. Okay, so I might challenge myself to that and see, and you can see how it's gone then. So after this, we've got on Monday, we've got this page builder, and then we've got something else that I can't see because it's hidden behind here for this one. Let's have a look at this one. What's this one? Quizzes. Yeah, we got quizzes, and then we got surveys. And then at the end of next week, we have got something that you guys are going to love if you are running your own membership sites, and that is memberships. So we're going to look at 4 of the really common membership sites. We're going to look at one-page memberships, we're going to look at site memberships, bundles, tiers, and this kind of hybrid approach. Okay, so we're going to look at all of those, and they're going to be in different ones. They're going to run consecutively over the days. So if you can't watch them all, you can always catch up on the replay, and that will then give you the information you need. Like, I'm talking about all this stuff and I'm going really quickly, I know that, but remember, you can ask these questions to our live support desk. So if you haven't been there yet, make sure that you go to tutorials.newzenler.com. You click up here to live training help and you go to live educational support desk. I had the privilege to run one on Thursday because Mammy was feeling unwell. She'll be back on Monday, that's Monday, to run a live support desk. So if you see any of these tutorials we're putting out on Zenler's Got You Covered and you're a little bit confused, or you want to make something work and you think that method might work for you, jump on one of the support sessions with Mammy and ask her, and she will show you live how you do it. Okay, and she runs that on Mondays at 4 p.m. That's BST time currently, UK time, and Thursday at 4 p.m. BST UK time. So these are priceless, these support desks. I mean, like I said, I ran the last one on Thursday. I really had an amazing time because I love people asking questions where I've got to scratch my head and sort of pull stuff out of the closet, you know. Okay, how do you do that? So I really enjoyed it. It's hard work though. I realised that. So really well done, Mammy, for running these, because it is really hard work to jump around from one thing to the other and try to give a cohesive and a finalised picture of what someone wants to get. So you can jump in live with Mammy here as well for these, and she's doing a really good job, and it's amazing. And I really enjoyed it. I'd like to return. So maybe I can return with Mammy one day. It might be quite nice. Guys, that is it. So, oh, Oenka. Hi, Oenka. Oenka's here. She's like, I'm here. You're here late, 4 minutes ago. She's gone. It's finished. So, Oenka, check out split testing. I think you're going to find it really interesting. We're going to split test, show you how to do emails. We're going to show you how to do sales pages. We're going to show you how to do marketing funnels. And we're going to even show you or tell you how you could do your homepage for a different split test, and how you can use things like heat maps going through. So I think it's really quite interesting one, and as I was saying right at the beginning, split testing is not just on its own, it's part of a bigger picture. You're split testing to find what your audience like. You're not split testing every mail you send out. Please don't do that. You want to get a metric for what you're doing. If you think a design, a month later you think a new design, you think it's going to work really well with your audience, then yeah, sure, do it, but be careful. Right, oh, Oenka. So yep, she's been in for 5 minutes. I'm working on a little site for Oenka's totally redoing her site, and she's SEOing it up, and it's taking a long time because this stuff does. And I'm just going in and privately just having a little tweak with her site. I need to get back to it, Oenka. I'm so sorry, I've been really busy, but I'll send you a message later when I've done it, and maybe we can show people when it's all released. When Oenka's released it, we can show how slight modifications in colors and design can really make a big difference to how a site looks and how it's perceived. So I am on it. It's proven a little bit longer than I thought, Oenka, because I'm even taking some of the graphics and changing it around, so give me time. Okay, you guys have an amazing Saturday, and I will see you soon tomorrow, where we're going to cover another Zenler Has Got You Covered. Remember, Facebook events, check them out. If one interests you, just make sure you say you're going to it, and then just or if you can't, watch on the replay. Really good to see you, Shayla. Really good to see you, Oenka, and have a good rest of the weekend.